Okay, here I'm doing a review. A patient has come in for a nutrition check-in. They've been tracking some food. You can see here, this is from June the 10th to June the 13th. So those dates are here. So I believe they started on the 10th. They did not log anything on the 13th. But before that, they logged food on the 10th, 11th, and 12th. They logged a breakfast. They did log lunch. They logged dinner. They did not log any of their snacks except for the first snack on June the 10th. Otherwise, they have not logged their snacks. Now, they may have eaten the snack, but they did not log it. So we will take a look here at their breakfast on 6/12. So you can see their goal is across the top. So their goal is 21 grams of protein for this meal, 60 grams of carbs, 15 grams of fat, 12 grams or less of sugar, at least 7 grams of fiber, and 2.5 servings of veggies, or grams of veggies. So you can see they had Jif peanut butter, which is not terrible. 2.5 grams of protein for 0.85 tablespoons, 3.4 grams of carbs, and 6.8 grams of fat. So peanut butter would be, in this case, listed mainly as a fat source with a little protein and carbs in it. Brown rice, I think most people would know that that's going to be mainly carbs. So almost a cup of rice. They have 41 carbs here, 4 grams of protein, and 1.5 grams of fat. Then they have Quaker oats, old-fashioned oats, a quarter of a cup of oats before they're cooked. 2.5 grams of protein, 13 grams of carbs, 1.5 grams of fat. So here between the brown rice and Quaker oats, which I have to admit is an odd combination, but anyway, they had about 54 grams of carbs, so almost their carbs, certainly with the peanut butter added in. That's going to get all their carbs, but they still went ahead and ate an egg and some skim milk. Looks like, I don't know if they entered that twice or actually drank half a cup of skim milk. So anyway, the egg is going to add a significant amount of fat and protein, not a whole lot of carbohydrates. And then they also got an egg white, 2 egg whites down there. So again, large amount of protein on the egg white, almost no fat, no carbs. So egg whites, particularly liquid egg whites, are going to be a really good source of protein without adding additional macronutrients. So if you just need to add a little protein, then things like skim milk and egg whites are good options. So fat-free yogurt would also be an option. Anyway, the thing I noticed here is you can see their totals. With all of that together, they're at 29 grams of protein when they were only supposed to stick with around 21. 62 grams of carbs, so the carb content was great. And then the fat total was 14.8, which is right at 15. So everything's looking good there. The sugar is low here at 5 grams. Fiber's okay at 6. 6 or 7. I'd like to get at least 5, 7 if you can. So I'm not unhappy with the 6 grams of fiber. But something I think they should have done here is just left off the egg whites. 1 egg, the skim milk, the peanut butter, and that's going to put them in good shape with their protein. So that would take the 7 grams of protein off, then they would be at 22 grams, 22.6. I think that would be very good. That actually would lower their carbs slightly. Fat's not going to make a significant difference. It'll be 14.7 instead of 14.8. And so I think that would have been a good option. Or have the egg and the egg whites and just not have the skim milk. Just drink water instead of the skim milk. Same thing. That would have put them right at the top on the carbs and right there at 21 for the protein, or 22 on the protein. So that would have been a much better option there. So just one example. Overall, pretty good breakfast. You can see it doesn't ding you too much if you go a little over on proteins in particular. But anyway, I hope that helps. So that's just one example. Thanks for taking a look, and I hope you learned something.